picture of the UN headquarters. We actually already stepped out from the United States, and does anybody have any idea where we are? No, we're not in the UN. We're in the international territory, which belongs to 192 membership countries. This is the picture of the UN headquarters. This tall building right here is the Secretariat. And here is the General Assembly Hall, the Conference Building, and the Commercial Library. This is a picture of the original member country signing a charter in 1945 in San Francisco Conference. 4 months later, in 24th of October, the charter was ratified by originally 51 countries, and now it's calling the UN's birthday. The UN's highest ranking official is called the Secretary General. This is our current Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon from South Korea. And here's a picture of our previous Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan from Ghana. And these are the previous Secretaries General, starting from Mr. Choi Lee, Mr. Doug Hammarskjöld, and this is our Secretary General, Mr. Boutros Ghali. The UN consists of 6 main organs. This is the General Assembly, Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, which deals with the decolonization, and the Secretariat, which is the administrative arm of the United Nations. Today we have about 5,400 officers working in the Secretariat building in the headquarters. Our last main organ, an office of Vienna and Astoria, and our last one is Nairobi in Kenya. Does anybody have questions? There's a man creating the United Nations to try to balance the world. As we move along to the right side, the colors are getting brighter, representing the better future and hope. Chamber. This room is a gift from Norway, and the painting in front of us is a mural painted by a Norwegian artist. In this mural, we could also see the bottom part is painted in multiple colors, actually presenting the war and conflict during the World War II. And you can see the phoenix in the middle, which is a white bird, is raising from its own ash, representing the rebuild of the world after World War II. Meaning that they can meet at any time. Table in front of us is seated by the 15 member countries in Security Council. 5 of them are permanent, and 10 of them are non-permanent. As I told you, the 5 permanent member countries in Security Council are China, France, the United States, United Kingdom, and Russia. And the other 10 non-permanent countries are elected by the General Assembly based on the geographic distributions. Now the left blue chair, and we're sitting right now, we're used open to the public, but due to the security reasons, it's closed now. Alongside the delegates level are from Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. The meeting of Security Council is said to be continuous session, which means they can meet anytime, either in formal meeting or in informal meeting. During the informal meeting, the countries could talk about the problems and issues. However, they cannot make any decisions or voting in the informal meetings. They can call, and they have to meet within the 2 hours once they be called.
There are seats out there mentioned as president and director. Who are the people who sit there?
I'm sorry?
There is a board out there, president and director. Who are the people who sit there on those chairs?
Which
Next to the United States? Or sorry, next to South Africa?
This president and
Director.
down there, right at the front.
Oh yes, the Security Council has its own president, and each 15 member countries is going to serve the presidency 1 month in a term. So they're going to next month they're going to move one international peace and security. In order for the peacekeeping operation to be active, first of all, the parties have to agree to receive the peacekeepers, and the Security Council has to authorize the peacekeeping operation. And lastly, the member countries have to provide the troops and equipment. The mandate of peacekeeping operation has been changing, and when it was established, the peacekeeping operation was mainly first have to make sure before the Security Council decide to say finish the peacekeeping operation, they have to make sure there's no conflict, no more. Then they're going to leave. If the Security Council still feel the needs of the peacekeepers and the monitoring it, or they not? I think when they decide to pull out the peacekeeping operations, then they will have a pretty good idea that they won't have conflicts again.
Okay, so there's no need for monitoring it and stuff.
I mean, within the same country, but within different groups. Actually, those pictures you can also see the peacekeepers trying to help training the police, or they try to rebuild the government. And in this picture, we can see the people on the line of duty. In order to recognize their work, the UN peacekeeping operation received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1988, and recently in 2001, Mr. and Barrett were by the peacekeepers. There were nearly 1/3 of the population lived under the colonial rules after the World War II. The primary concern in the United Nations is to help to promote an independence of the non-self-governing territories if the people wish to. The UN has two bodies to promote decolonization. One is the Trusteeship Council, and another one is Special Committee on Decolonization.
Gì chị Tâm gọi
nhốt rồi sát nhập cầu bài với Sài Gòn luôn.
Let's continue our tour.
조리개만 주나?
나 여기 없네. Which was held in the year of 2000, the countries decided to achieve a time-bound goal, which is called the Millennium Development Goals. There are 8 specific goals under the Millennium Development Goals, such example as to reduce half the population live under $1 per day.
Cái nó gì đó.
From the United States in 1985 by Mr. Brogan. On this sentence here says, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. This is a golden rule in common, which is common in every religion. That's why you could see people from different age group, different race, from different region, they all come together and pray for the better future. Do you guys have any idea what this made from?
From China.
No.
Yes. I'm asking, do you know what's the material?
Do you know, is it made from stone or glass, or what do you think it's made from?
What do you think?
I think from paste.
From paste? Any other ideas?
Marble? Ivory.
Yes.
Ivory.
This is made from ivories. And this is a celebration of the completion of the railroad connecting the Green Islands to Trent Province. If you come closer, you can see the details of people dancing here and those leaves and trees.
Is it? Yeah. I know it's ivory's illegal. Yeah.
This was given before the ivory became illegal.
Today's market.
Để nghe được nửa người thôi.
This is called a statue of St. Agnes, which was belonging to a Roman Catholic church. Therefore, the front part of the statue is probably red. You want to do that?
No.
Yes, you don't want to do it. Yes. Another problem today is the child soldiers. Because the conventional weapons used in today's conflicts they are really light to carry. They're very easy to use. They don't require a lot of trainings. So the children were stolen from the villages. They become the child soldiers. Let's take a look. This is called escopetara. Do you know what this is?
A guitar attached to a gun.
Yes, a guitar attached to a gun. This is a donation from Colombia, and one Colombian musician. The landmine only cost $3 to use. However, they cost as much as $1,000 to remove. As you can see a picture of this wall, the children and women are affected by the landmines. And these landmines are also affecting the farming land. One or two landmines could cause the land no longer usable, or they could completely destroy the school or hospitals standing on the land. And years, there could be decades that the lands can function. Thank you for the information.
Không được lên xe. Chụp thử má.
Yes, come here this way, please. Excuse me, these tables are for each member countries. During the beginning of the session, the Secretary General will randomly draw a country, and that country will sit in front of this room. And following that country, other country will sit in English alphabetical orders to prevent some country always sit in the front and some country always sit in the back. The two podiums in the front of the hall is for the president, and the small one is for the speakers, for the heads and ministers of each country. They will come up to the podium to speak about their General Assembly. Will talk about the budget of the UN, which consists of the membership fee paid by each member countries based on their capacity. Now the range of scale is from 22% the most to 0.001% the least. Now nowadays there are more and more problems that are no longer within the same country, but we have more international problems such as global warming, international terrorism, or abuse of human rights. Last year, the General Assembly talked about in 2004, in order to take a stronger action, the Kyoto Protocol was ratified by the developed countries. They also agreed to reduce their greenhouse gas by an average of 5% between 2008 and 2012. Do you have any questions?